Hi, my name is Tavia and today I'll be talking to you a little bit about survey based on academic paper. So the project we did in class for the last couple weeks. The first thing we did was choose a class question. Each and every one of us chose 3 personal questions that we would want to work on for the next couple weeks in class. These questions had to be technology-based questions. So it could be about social media, self-driving cars, and other things such as that. As soon as we sent in our 3 personal questions, we ended up voting in class on our favorite technology-based question. The question we all came to agreement on is self-driving cars. Self-driving cars was a super interesting topic to choose because it is a new technology that is just starting to get popular. As we began to learn about the subject through research, we learned a lot about the special features of the car, such as I learned about self-parking, self-driving, computers, hacking, liability, and many other issues that came along with self-driving cars. There were many positives and negatives, but all in all, it was very interesting to do a little bit of research before we sent out the surveys to the. Next thing we did was write out survey questions. Writing out survey questions seemed like an easy task. Starting with writing 3 questions seemed easy, but as they were graded by the professor, we found there were many flaws in all our questions. They weren't broad enough, they were about a certain brand, or they just didn't make sense. It was very good information when we got it back to make sure we could make edits for our next time when we chose 8 of the class best questions. After that, we edited them to make them perfectly explained and used the feedback from the professor and chose our 8 that best fit our survey. Next task was to create a survey. The survey site we used was called surveymonkey.com. We created an account and made a new survey. We added the 8 questions and added the answers with it. We then saved the survey and completed it, got the link, so then we could send it out to the people that we wanted to share with. Next task was sending out the survey to our contacts. As you can see by the first picture, there was a link on surveymonkey.com. We copied that link and we emailed it to 15 people in our contacts. After this, we created a paper survey as well. The paper survey was printed out and we sent it to 10 or more people to get a different sort of feedback, so it's not online but on paper, to see if the results were different. Then after that, we tallied the results. Results of survey and paper survey. For the results of the paper survey, we took all the results from online and paper and compared them to what you thought. We found that many questions were different than we thought, and we got different answers on online and on paper. So it was interesting to see the difference between those two. Also, we saw there were some extreme answers and there were some that were very close together. After this, we put the results into Excel. Putting the results into Excel was a simple task because in class we already filled out the formula. So the first picture here is the formula for how we put it on Excel. First, you can see the online results, the paper results, the total, which already had the sum, D11 and D15, and then it gave us the percentages for that. Down below, you can also see that we got percentages and pie charts. We did have to do pie charts for this to show the greater example. As you can see, the percentage is big in this question, so you can see the percentages. Next were my personal results. My results were mainly what I thought. Here's some examples of my questions. So I did a question about who is liable. This is the only question I really did not see coming. People did think that 50% of them thought the software developer of the self-driving vehicle was liable, whereas I thought it would be the person driving the car. So that question was very difficult for me to understand, but understandable from other people's perspectives. The rest of the results were very much like I thought. We had some extreme results, like, is self-parking valuable? Many people thought yes. Are self-driving cars more consistent? Many people agreed. So as you can see from these results, they were mainly positive and people did like the idea of self-driving cars. Next, we had to write an academic paper. In this academic paper, we wrote down all our information we took from the Excel, the survey, and the whole project itself. We wrote down our ideas, our thoughts, what we thought about everything in general, and results. Lastly, on all my slides, I had my ethnic design, which is the maple leaf. My ethnic design obviously is the maple leaf, as I said. It is the maple leaf that is on the Canadian flag, and I chose this ethnic design because I am Canadian and I love my country, and I wanted to redesign it because I felt like it would be a challenge and a fun thing to do.